Hello. Hello. Hello, students.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. There was some network issue here in the lab, so we were not able to access the internet. So that was a problem. Um, to the students, did you check? I have sent some material. Prescribed textbook soft copy I have sent. Did you check?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay. 1 minute. Class. Students, 1 minute. I will download that PDF. Students, have you downloaded the textbook? Hello.
Sir.
No, I have sent you. I think you can use it. Students, we are in the last module. So in the last module, the ending concept is the GUI and the MVC model. So MVC model already we have discussed, and GUI also we have discussed. And today I'll tell you some of the leftovers in this module. So there is a concept of mutable variables and immutable variables. So already you know that what are mutable and immutable variables, that meaning and all you know. Students, in Python, int, string, bool, and double are called as immutable types. And to overcome some of the drawbacks of those immutable data types, Tkinter is one module which is used for creating GUI. And this Tkinter module provides certain data types which can replace the basic data types like int, string, bool, and double. See, we have int var, which can replace int. See, in the place of int, we use int var. In the place of string, we use string var. You can see I capital and V capital int var. Similarly, string equivalent mutable type is string var, S capital and V capital. And for bool, we have boolean var. And similarly, for double, we have double var. Okay. So it's a better way of dealing with GUI and its variables is to use Tkinter mutable types. So for example, you may get a question, explain Tkinter mutable types. So if that is the thing, if that is the question, then you need to explain about int var, string var, boolean var, and double var. So what is so special about these things? Say for example, so let us assume, so you want to display some value, say for example, system time, the current system time. Okay, the current system time is volatile in nature, isn't it? Every second it keeps changing. Say for example, you have created so many elements, so many widgets you have created. So more than one widget is supposed to display the current system time. So if you store that value as a mutable type, so it will keep updating. So if you select normal variables like normal int, string, bool, and double, so therefore, so it cannot update the system rate because it is immutable. So therefore, to overcome such drawbacks while dealing with widgets, okay, it is always advisable to deal with like these mutable data types. Okay, that is the reason why we have to use mutable types, especially while dealing with GUIs. Isn't it, students? Say, what happens? So you have a GUI wherein you are supposed to display the current system time, and if it is not updating, okay, and if the time is not updating and there is no meaning for that current system time. So hence, in such instances, we may have to use mutable types. See here, see already we have used these things. See for example, see here, what we are doing here, we are creating one string variable, and see here, we use set and get methods to set the value of the mutable variables. Say for example, to set the value of the mutable variable, we use the set method. See first here we are creating a variable, data is equal to string var. That means I'm creating one mutable type by name data, and using the set method here I am setting its value. So 1 minute, I'll increase the font size. Yes, now it will be I think I haven't shared, isn't it? Should tell me no, students, sir, it is not shared. Students, you can see here. So there is an example how to make use of mutable types. As I told, first we need to create a mutable type like this. Here we are creating a mutable type, that is string variable. Then using the set method, so variable name dot set of its value. That means we are setting its value, data to display. Then we are attaching that value with the label. Okay, so that label should display that value. So label is equal to label class of. So this is the location where we are displaying. We are displaying within the window, and the value that we are displaying is data to display. Then label dot back. Okay, so therefore set method is used to set the value of a variable. That is what kind of variable? Mutable variable. Then similarly, to fetch the value, we can use, instead of set, we can use get. Get is used to fetch the value of the mutable data type, and set is used to set the value of the mutable data type. And what are the available mutable types? You can see here. For int, so int is immutable type, and for that equivalent Tkinter mutable type is int var. Similarly, string is immutable, and equivalent mutable data type supported by Tkinter is string var. Similarly, for bool we have boolean var. For double we have double var. Okay, so D capital and B capital, and here boolean var, B capital, and that means the name is divided into two parts, first name and the second name. So it's continuous. First name followed by second name, it's continuous, boolean var. So B capital and V capital. So like that we can use. Students, and another advantage here, see this is a PDF file. If you click it, it will take you to the source code. If you just click it, it will take you to the source code. You can copy it and you can paste it in your IDE and you can execute. Okay, that's the advantage. Oh, it got closed. 1 minute. Yeah, we are somewhere here. Students, then you can see what are the widgets that we can create. You can see these are the widgets that we can create. Um, you can see here button, canvas, check button, entry. See, entry is nothing but a text area where you can enter some. Okay, it's like the entry is it's nothing but a text box. Frame, label, list box, then menu also in the previous class we saw, then message box, menu button also in the previous class we saw menu button, and top level. See, top level is nothing but a window, top level window, to create a top level window, and that will be controlled by the parent window that we saw in the previous class, how to create a top level window. So these are the widgets that you can create by using Tkinter module. You can see here the window is created and the label name is data to display, and you have a window, and tk is the object that is an instance of the window, so hence the name of the window has become tk. Okay, and the data that we are creating, that is the value that we are assigning to that variable data is data to display, that you can see here. So data that we are assigning to the variable is data to display. I'll show you one more example. So how to deal with the frames, then how to assign mutable types. You can see here first we are creating a frame window, then frame.pack, then first label. You can see here the output is supposed to be displayed like this: first label, second label, and third label. Okay, first is equal to label of frame, so that means first we are creating a frame, so that is part of the frame that we have created. And name, the first thing that we want to display is, we want to display one label. Okay, name of the label is first label. Okay, and second label is the text that we want to display is second label. Then similarly the third one is third label and pack. Okay, so how to display the frame with three labels, already we have seen these examples. Okay, then look at here how to set the properties. Okay, so here we are setting the property border width. Okay, that means the thickness of the border, and relief is equal to groove. Students, you can see here, so this is the, so you can see this is the border for each label. For each label we have a border. You can see that's why that is been covered with a rectangular box, which is nothing but the border. So that is width is equal to 4. Then similarly look at another example here what we are doing. So this is an illustration of mutable types. This program is an illustration of mutable types. You can see here first we are creating a window, then within the window we are creating a frame, then creating one variable of type string, and the equivalent of string is string var. So string var is the mutable data type supported by Tkinter. So if you import Tkinter, automatically you can use this class. String var is a class. Okay, then create a label and assign the value of var. Okay, and label.pack, then entry is nothing but the text box. Okay, frame text variable is equal to var. Okay, see students here. Okay, so what is the value that you can enter? So of type var. Okay, look at var, it belongs to which data type? It belongs to string data type. That means within the text box you can enter any string value. That's the meaning. Okay, you can enter any string value. That's the meaning. Okay, that's it. Then model view controller. Okay, model view controller. So actually, see model view controller. That's a pattern. It's a generic design pattern where you can differentiate data modeling part. Then view is nothing but the GUI part, and controller part is nothing but the core logic. Okay, that is the processing. Processing part is called as the controller. Modeling is nothing but the code that you write to initialize data variables or to store data or to fetch data. So whatever the code that you write to store data or to fetch data, say for example you are writing a database query, so that is part of the, that piece of code is part of model. Okay, and you are storing some, say for example some data within the dictionary, or somebody you are storing some data within the tuple, or you are writing one for loop to retrieve data from the tuple or the dictionary. So then that piece of code will become part of model. So students, here it is very important for you to understand, if you look at one program, how you can differentiate some code snippets as part of model view and controller. If you look at some piece of code which is used to deal with the data, either to store or retrieve, then you need to assume that that belongs to model part. Okay, so you can divide your program into three components: model part, model component, view component, and controller component. Then if you have written any code to create GUI, and to display something, so then that is a view part. Okay, then if you are writing some functions to do some processing, then that is controller part. Okay, most of the times instead of directly writing the processing part, we write functions. Okay, it is not mandatory to write the functions, but usually we write functions to deal with the controller part. Okay, look at here. See, here is one program. You can see. So for a click, they have written some program. Okay, let us find. Students, already I have told in the beginning. Okay, in the beginning classes, I told, so double underscore name double underscore is equal to main. That means this, okay, this is nothing but the main code. Okay, it is just like a main function. So that means if, okay, if the program is starting from here, then you create a window. Okay, see, if you write any program using a Tkinter, okay, the very first process is loading the libraries. That is nothing but, okay, writing this statement from Tkinter import star. Okay, that is the very first step that you need to follow. This is just like writing the header files in C programming. And the very second thing that you need to do is creating the window object like this. Okay, some variable name is equal to tk. So that means you are creating the window in which you are going to create gadgets. Okay, so this is more like initialization. Okay, it is more like initialization. Then see the model part. Model part I told, if you are creating a variable and if you are storing the data, or if you are retrieving data from the database or from the dictionary or tuple, then we call it as model part. So that this is data modeling part. Okay, so we have one program. We are dividing the code into model, view, and the controller. See, controller part is the function, the core logic. See the model part, what we are doing, we are creating one variable by name counter of type integer. Okay, so if I use integer, that becomes immutable type. So I want to use mutable type. So Tkinter provides int_var. So int_var is a mutable type supported by Tkinter. So therefore I'll create one variable of int_var. Okay, name of the variable is counter. Counter.set. So set is the method to set the value of the variable. So counter.set is equal set of 0. That means now the value of counter is 0. Okay. See, for mutable types, directly you cannot set the value. Okay, to set the value initially we use set method. Similarly, to fetch the value we use get method. Now, so this is the model part. View part is GUI part. Okay, so I'm creating the frame. Frame is equal to frame of window. frame dot back. Then I'm creating one button. So upon clicking the button, it should increment the value. Okay, so I'll create one button. So I'll create a frame, and that frame contains exactly one button, that is the click button. Each time if I click, it should display the value 0. Initially it will be 0. After one click, it becomes 1. After 2 clicks, it should display 2. After 3 clicks, it should display 3. Like that, upon you clicking each time, the value will get incremented. So for that purpose, we need to implement the logic. Okay, after clicking, it has to call a function, isn't it? So name of the function is click. So command is the property which will call the function. So name of the function is click, and you can see here that is defined here. So therefore, since that is the core logic, we call it as the controller component. We call it as the controller component. So defined. So this is the definition. Def click counter dot set. Okay, what to set? Counter dot get. So to get the value, we use get method. So what is the value? Here we have set the value to 0. So therefore it will get 0. So therefore this statement will be replaced with 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay. So counter dot set of 1. So therefore the value of the counter variable will be set to 1. That's the meaning. Okay. So for example, next time you will click. When you click for next time, okay, it will come here. Definition click. Okay, counter dot set of counter dot get. So what was the previous value? 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So counter dot set of 2. That means now you are resetting the value of the counter variable to 2. Similarly, when you click for the next time, once again it will come here. Counter dot get. So this will be replaced with 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So the counter dot set will set the value of the counter variable to 3. So that's the purpose. So now you got the purpose of creating a frame. So purpose of the creating the frame is, within the frame I want to create one button. Okay, I'm creating the button and I'm naming it as click. Okay, this is the name of the button. That should be, it will display click on the button. Then upon clicking, I am calling one function. So this is called as event driven programming. This is event driven programming. What is the event? Mouse click. Okay, upon clicking, it is calling the function click. So that will increment the value of the counter variable. Okay, then label dot. So then create the label. Text variable is equal to counter. You can see here. Actually, it is the label which will display the value of the counter. So I'm creating the label within the frame. You can see here, this is not window. This is, I'm creating the label within the frame. Text variable is equal to counter. Okay, so text variable is equal to counter means it will display value of the counter variable. Okay, that means each time when you click, the value of the label will get changed. So since each time when you click, the value is getting changed, so obviously you need mutable variables. You need mutable variable. That's why here I am creating counter is equal to int var. Students, you need to understand the purpose. Instead of creating counter is equal to int, I am creating counter is equal to int var because we need mutable data type. Okay, lambda function already we have discussed while discussing the basics. So same thing, the lambda is a substitution, the lambda function that you can use here also. Okay, see here another example which will use the get method. Okay, see here, to get the value of the mutable variable we use get method. You can see here, this is one more program. See, this is the data modeling part. We are here we are initializing the creating the variable and we are setting its value. Then the controller part, that is the function, and this is the view part. View part is nothing but the GUI. See here I am showing the code snippets just to demonstrate how you can, so given the program, how you can divide the program into model, view, and control. See, most of the times, what we assume is like, so when I say model, view, controller, you will assume to implement model, you may write one program. To implement controller, you may write another program. And to implement the view, so model, view, and controller, you may be writing different files. Okay, that is not always true. So most of the times, especially while developing the web applications, what we do, we'll separately create the GUI. Say for example, using XHTML or HTML5, we create the GUI and we are going to separate GUI entirely from the controller. Okay, that is always better. Okay, but at the same time, okay, so many of the times if you get the like requirement where you may have to combine all the MEC in one single file, so then, so this is one example where we need to combine model, view, and controller in one single file, but still we are able to identify what is the code that belongs to model component, what is the code that belongs to controller, and what is the code that belongs to view component, that is the GUI. So view means you need to understand whatever we are going to display to the user, that is the view. Okay, controller means whatever the core logic that you are implementing, so that is the controller. And the model means, data modeling means, so dealing with data types or database, okay, that thing, or dealing with the data structures. Okay, say for example, you may be dealing with the linked list, you may be dealing with the hash, you may be dealing with the dictionary, or you may be dealing with the database. So all that piece of code belongs to model part. Students, hope tomorrow we can finish. Tomorrow we can finish this module. Okay, so that's it for today. One minute, I'll take the attendance. Students, you need to go through the prescribed textbooks. I have sent you the PDF version. As you saw, the textbook is very useful because you can get access to the source code. You can copy that code and you can paste it in your IDE and you need to check. But there is one drawback in that. So that source code follows the syntax of Python 3 and what you are using is Python 3.85. So therefore it requires minimal syntactic changes. So answer for your attendance, you can USN 1.
Present, sir.
2.
Present, sir.
4.
Yes,
5.
sir.
5 present, sir.
6. 7.
Present, sir.
8.
Present, sir.
9.
Present, sir.
10.
Sir.
11.
Present, sir.
11.
Present, sir.
12.
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
See, Bhavisha, you are repeating. 13.
Okay.
14. 16.
Present, sir.
17. 18.
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
19. 17 is there.
Present, sir.
Sir, DP can be present, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
19.
Present, sir.
20.
Present, sir.
21.
Present, sir.
22.
Present, sir.
23.
Present, sir.
24.
Present, sir.
25. 26,
Present, sir.
27,
Yes, sir.
28,
Present, sir.
29, 30.
Present, sir.
Now, 3D series, listen to
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
6,
6 present, sir.
7, 8,
Present, sir.
9.
Present, sir.
7 is there. Rajeshwari. 7.
Yes, sir, she told.
9. Ramya. 10.
Present, sir.
11.
Yes, sir.
12.
Present, sir.
13.
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Hello. Who is that?
Sir, I have 2011 present.
Hello. I didn't hear. Hello. 14.
Sir, TDL.
You message me. No, okay. You are not audible. Message me. Oh, in the chat window. 14. 14. 16.
Present, sir.
17.
Yes, sir.
18.
Present, sir.
19.
Present, sir.
20.
Present, sir.
21.
Present, sir.
22.
Present, sir.
23.
Present, sir.
Anybody
Sir,
missing
14 present.
names?
Sir, 1B1 14.
14. Yes. That's it. TT11. Okay, students, that's all for today. Thank you. Download the textbooks and you can start reading. And we have got the circular from YouTube stating that semester end examinations must be conducted offline. So that means you will have a normal examination, offline examination, where you will get 5 questions to be answered. Okay, so just like how we normally how you write the exam, usually in as per with you. So in the same format, offline exam will be conducted, and so hope soon you'll be coming to the college. Students, I think only 2-3 classes are enough for us to finish up the theory, and for lab we want exactly 1 slot, isn't it? We are left out with 1 program, one lab set program, and 2-3 hours of theory. So that will finish, no problem. We have ample time, and also we'll do the revision. Okay, thank you, students.